Hi, I'm Gary, the Old Geek Guy. Hope you're having a really great day today. Right now, I'm using a little bit different introduction because I'm walking. I walk almost every day. Some days I don't, but almost every day I walk. And I try to walk about a mile to 2 miles a day, mostly 2 miles as a matter of fact anymore. And with the pandemic, it's a little easier because you have just a little bit more time to do it. And these cooler days are nice too. But walking is really what I wanted to talk about because walking is exercise. And I think people at my age and even a little younger than me need to exercise because we get weak with age. We get weak even from about 50 years old on if we're not careful. So it's good to exercise. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about exercise and how it can help us, but also how technology can get involved in our exercise as well. So let's talk a little bit about what we can do to make our life a little bit simpler, happier, and maybe even to a certain degree pain-free. So stick with me. I do walk every day, and I do use technology to do it too. I have a watch, an Apple Watch 5 that I use for part of my regimen, and it helps me keep track of what my distance is, number of steps, my heart rate, all kinds of things. So I really do enjoy my Apple Watch. You don't need an Apple Watch, you can just walk. But technology helps because it encourages you to do more and to better yourself, I think. And that's really what I like to do. So what I want to do is talk about that a little bit more. I'm going to show you my Apple Watch in a minute. And I'm going to show you also an app on my phone, my iPhone, that also helps me to see how I'm progressing as far as my fitness is concerned. And that's what I want to do, is progress. So let's get into it. So now I'm going to show you a little bit about the app that I used this morning to walk with. And this app is of several apps that I have on my watch. But let's go to the main menu of all the different apps over here, like this. And you can see that it has all kinds of things here, but we're going down to the bottom. We're going down here to Workout, which is at the very bottom. And we're going to press on Workout. And you'll notice this workout app has tons of different workouts and indoors, outdoors, goals, setting goals, and so on and so forth. There's a swimming one. And yes, you can use this particular watch with the water. So this is a really, really comprehensive workout system for this watch. But we're going to use the very first one, the walk. And this is how I do it. I start it like this, and it gives me a countdown. And this is ready, set, and go. And then, of course, it starts counting the steps and my heartbeat and so on and so forth. You can see right here, there's the heartbeat right there. There's the number of feet, actually the distance that I'm going, and also some other information as well as far as the timing is concerned. So what we do when I'm done, I hit the X there, and then generally what it does, it gives me a review of it, although I've done nothing this time. But however, there is some place that we can check to see what my morning walk was. And we're going to go back. We're going to scroll all the way back up like this, all the way back up to the activity bar. There's the activity bar. And the bars that you see in the circles are completions, like, calories, whatever you set your goals at. You can set them for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, so on and so forth. But it gives you all this information, like this one right here tells you how many calories you've burned. This one here tells you how many minutes. I have a 40-minute exercise goal, but I only went 22 minutes this morning because I didn't want to go a full 2 miles. And then down in this areas here, it gives you different countdowns. Here's the number of steps, for instance. Grand total of distance was 1.16 hour. Actually, though, the walk I did was 1.10 because I walked a little more afterwards. And then you can have a weekly summary, and then you can change your goals as well. So there's a lot to do with this activity part of the watch. But let's go on to the phone itself, and I'm going to show you something that'll cover more than what we see on the watch, on this activity watch. Now, another way that I can keep track of my activity is by an app on my phone that the watch connects to. I'm going to go show it down to you. I'm going to bring it down, and it's going to be activity or fitness. So I tap on fitness, and this gives me different days that I've done different walking. For instance, today I went just a little bit under 2 miles, yesterday under 2 miles, the day before just over a mile. Let's check today's activity. If I tap on that, it gives me some information about my distance of walking, how many steps, what it was per mile, 20 minutes per mile on this date. It even gives my route. Well, this route was just back and forth on the street, going back and forth, so it doesn't really show a very good route. But let's go to another day, and I'll show you a route that's a little bit more indicative. You can tell a little bit better what it was. This is the route that I had yesterday. And on this one, you can see this is how I walk. This is home number where the red circle is. And I come down here and then I come around, go around this long rectangular thing, come back, go around another street and come back up my street. And that works out really nice. And that particular walk was, let's see, where does it say? It was 1.87 miles, almost 2 miles. And it was done at 17 minutes and 44 seconds per mile, which is getting pretty low for me, which is really good for me too. So this is interesting because it can give me a workout of the last, oh boy, more than a year. If I go down here's September, and if I keep going, I did a lot of walking in September, August as well. Well, it's the pandemic. What else is there to do, right? July of this year, June, April, May. And if we go down all the way down here, I even got into 2019 when I did a little walking too. So this just gives you kind of an idea of what you're doing and your trends. Now let's go back to this particular one right here. I'm going to do this 1.1 mile. This is 3 days ago. Now, I want you to notice something here on this. My heart rate, see how it goes up and then down, then up and then down, and up and then down. Well, on this particular street, this is just one street here. But actually, it's just half a street, Rio Branco. And as I walk down the street towards where it says the word Rio, then it's going downhill and I have to climb back uphill. And of course, as you climb back uphill, you get these ups and downs. Your heart rate goes up and then it goes down when you get to a level and so on and so forth. So this gives me an idea how well my heart's working too and what heartbeat it is, how number beats. I get up to about 120, 122, sometimes 130, but not very often. So this is a really nice way to keep a summary of how you're doing and what you can do to even improve yourself if you want to do that as well. Again, it's not necessary to use the watch and it's not necessary to track it. Just do it. Just move. That's all it really amounts to. So now you see how I use my Apple Watch in conjunction with my iPhone to give me my total activity and a nice review, even not just today, but last month, last several months, and even last few years ago too. But the Apple Watch is important to me, and as well as the iPhone, because I like to keep goals going and try to improve myself as much as I possibly can, and at least keep at the same pace. You don't need a watch. I'd suggest you just walk. However, it helps you to push you, and that's the thing. It pushes you to do a little more if you can be a little competitive with yourself. I kind of that way. At any rate, I did see that this is the October 23rd, and I did check Amazon today. Amazon does have the 32 millimeter, which is the smaller watch, usually for a woman, for $169. Have the larger one, I'm not sure, it's probably $25 or more. For a little bit larger watch for a man, and you may not even need it, even as a man, because all you're doing is maybe just work out things. But there's always Garmin, there's Fitbit. You don't need to buy Apple. I do, because everything I have is Apple. It's all compatible, and I'm sure that'll work. But if you get a Fitbit, if you get a Garmin, just be sure that it works with your phone so that you can get a full description of what your activity is. I do have one pet peeve with the Apple Watch. I can't read certain things on it, not necessarily because of my eyesight problem, macular degeneration, but because it's red. Some of the things are red on black, and that doesn't make sense. Red on black is very difficult to read even when you have good eyesight. It's not a good combination. Maybe yellow on black or maybe white on black, but red on black, it really doesn't work well. Apple, what's going on? At any rate, you get an idea, my general idea of my workouts and what I try to do to improve myself physically, to keep myself going. And I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to, if you can, please press that like button. It gives me an idea of what kind of videos you people like. And again, these videos are basically for older people who might have limitations and might even be incapacitated to a certain degree. Even younger people can benefit by some of these things. I try to be as simple as possible. At any rate, that's all for now. See you next time. Thanks for watching.